Well, we have the front bumper on the Jeep. I pulled it into the garage today. It ought to be a little quieter as far as road traffic and noise goes and stuff. Today's project is probably going to be a fun one. We're going to be installing this Badland ZXR 9000 winch on the vehicle. So, hey, let's get at it. Okay, I've been waiting to open this box up for a long time while we were doing PM work on the Jeep. Getting all the rust taken care of in the internal frame, and doing the external chassis underneath the Jeep. Patiently waiting for the day when we can open up and start doing mods on the Jeep. Inside here, we have our red flag for the end of the chain, our instruction book. Instruction book looks pretty good sized book. We have our hook. Have our remote control cable. And here we have our control box and the wires that go to the control box. And we have the roller fair lead for the front there. It's good and solid, good and heavy. And then we have the actual winch, which weighs a ton. The thing is heavy, but there is the actual winch also. Okay, we have the parts all unboxed, and now I think one of the best things you can do is take this bag of all the hardware and familiarize yourself with it. This is the fuse/breaker part that goes up near the battery. This goes on the battery. This hooks onto the positive cable that comes off the winch. We also have the bolts that are used to attach the winch to the frame, to the bumper. 4 longer ones, and then there's 2 shorter ones that attach the rollers to the bumper, with all the accompanying lock washers and all. One thing that attaches the control box to the top of the winch. This and a set screw. So some people put those in ahead of time, again, to get them started while it's easy. And we may just do that and get those started before we put the winch up on there. Let me get the other one out, and we'll get started. We set the winch up on the bumper. Now we want to come underneath and try and get these bolts started by maneuvering the winch around. Once you find the holes, here's a hole. And there's a hole in the winch, I think, yeah. Okay, we got one started. This is actually the easier one. I My solution to putting those back ones in was to raise the winch up that far so I could get those bolts up and get them started. Now that they're started, I can remove this block and go about putting the other ones back in again. So you don't want to do the front ones first, the easy ones. You have to lift the winch up in the air. Now, at one point while I was doing that, I thought it might have been easier just to take the bumper off and put it back on again, but that's a lot of weight, a lot of alignment. And like I said, I'm an old vet, so I try and avoid too much weight. And I'm a big firm believer in that philosophy of work smarter, not harder. So right now, it looks like we got all 4 of them started. And all we have to do now is snug them up. Just to get out of the way. And feed this wire. Has a cap that goes over the nut. Feed that wire. Underneath here. Get it up like that. There's also this little wire. This wire is connected to the control box. It's the ground wire for the control box. It also wants to go on that little nut down there, little stud. And then we reapply the nut. Now, there are guys who say you should do this before you put it on the bumper, and that would make it easier, except you're dealing with other wires hanging out and stuff. So either way you want to do it. My way isn't always the best way. This is my first time putting this winch on, or a winch on, so obviously I'm learning a few things myself as we go. And hopefully you are also. That's part of the reason for these types of videos, is so someone else can make the mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, after doing that bottom wire, we now have these 3 top wires. They're all color coded, so there should be no mistake about them. There's a black one, and it goes on the black post. There's a yellow one that goes on the yellow post. And there's a red one that goes on the red post. You want to snug all 3 down. Now, to get power to the winch, we come with this kind of a circuit breaker type deal that comes with it. Then you have to attach that to your positive and negative lines up here, as I'm doing now. And how to get this on here. And then the same thing on the negative side of the terminal. You need to attach the negative here. We did do some wire guidance coming up through, but once you get to this point, you probably have to go back and make a few adjustments to the path of the wire and make sure it's out of the way of everything that it needs to be out of the way of, and that it looks neat, and all that good stuff. So now we have both terminals hooked up. Snug this one down. Positive. Good and tight. Let's see where the wire goes. You can see it comes down, and actually I ran mine down underneath the air box. Well, the hitch is attached firmly. The wiring is done. The wiring up to the battery is done. We have one final test, and that is, let's see if the winch motor works. So we have the remote here. You take that plug off. There should be one way for it to go on. I think it's this way. That at the top. Let me take this hook off. And let's see, in, out, in, and we have an opening. I want to say that if you can change the oil in your Jeep, you can probably install this Badland winch, maybe any other winch for that matter. Also, it's not very hard. It has its little issues like everything else does, but it's not that bad. Well, the Jeep is coming along. We've done the PM maintenance on the frame, the undercarriage, put on a new front bumper, new winch. We've got to reinstall the lights here. And the next project will be the rear bumper and tire carrier to get that tire off the door, the back door of the Jeep. Hey, we're getting ready to go on mission. I hope you'll go on mission with us. Subscribe down below. You notice today I moved inside our garage, got my wife's car out to get away from some of that noise out there on the highway. I really didn't realize how loud that noise was and how constant it was until we started doing work out there. It was messy work. It was flushing things and washing things and painting things, so it wasn't exactly garage work. Now we're back in the garage. next time we'll be putting a rear bumper on and a tire carrier, and I hope you'll join us. Subscribe down below. Like this video if it's helped you at all. And hey, I hope your mission is full of joy and adventure. Until next time.